Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adam and this is Adam FPL, and welcome to the Game Week 14 preview. And yeah, we're on the up. Hopefully, we've had back-to-back green arrows. We've gone up about 700,000 places over the last 2 weeks, and hopefully we can keep that up going into Game Week 14. Now, the team this week is looking pretty strong with the 4 transfers I did make last week and the 8-point hit I took. And despite that, I still have transfer queries and transfers that I want to make. I don't think I will make them, but I will go through that later on in the video. So first of all, the first thing to point out is a lot of home fixtures this week for a lot of fantasy players and a lot of popular players. I've got 10 of my 11 players this week playing at home, so I'm expecting a lot of points this week. We'll start off in goal. Nick Pope at home to Crystal Palace. This will be his last fixture for me, and then I think I will be transferring him out next game week. We'll look at potential replacements later in the video, but he's done well for me these last 2 weeks. I said the next 3 weeks against who was it? Away to Watford and at home to West Ham. I said he was going to come with big points, and he has. And this is the last game week, so I'm going to keep hold of him this week. Then we have Soyboy at home to Everton. Leicester have just been unbelievable defensively. He's kept, I think, 4 clean sheets in a row now, so it's kind of difficult to drop him. Then we have Tomori at home to West Ham. Again, West Ham have just looked absolutely awful recently, and it's pretty difficult again, similar to Soyboy, to drop him at the moment, Tomori, given the fixture. And then last but not least, we have Andy Robertson at home to Brighton. This is why I bought him in, for these home fixtures where I'll be expecting, some forms of attacking returns from my big Liverpool hitters. Then we have Raheem the Dream Sterling away to Newcastle. He is a player I'm thinking about taking out, but then the problem with that is I'll be left with no City assets, and having no City assets, I mean, you can get punished for that. It's like a crime, isn't it? Despite their tough fixtures, but he's a punt I'm thinking about. Look at Leicester at home, even that's regarded as a difficult fixture now, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, we'll get into him later on in the video. Martial at home to Villa. This is the sort of fixture I expect him to be returning again. He was a bit of a punt, and he's probably the only transfer out of the 4 transfers I made last week that I was having doubts about. Then after that, he's got Tottenham at home, which isn't too bad. City away, that's the one I'll probably drop him, so I've not got a problem with that. Then we have Mane at home to Brighton. I'm thinking about captaining him. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. But you know how good Mane's record is at Anfield and how many goals he's scored. He's so consistent, especially at home. So he's a potential captain possibility. Then we have Mount at home to West Ham. And he got dropped last week away at Man City. But I'm not too concerned. It's a difficult fixture, and I think somebody had to be sacrificed, one of their attacking players. I could get rid of him this week, but I think it'd be criminal to drop him out with this fixture. So I'm going to give him one more week. If he doesn't start, then maybe I'll look at taking him out. Then we have James Maddison at home to Everton. Again, he's in a good run of form, good run of fixtures as well, up till game week 18. So I've got no problems there keeping hold of him, and my transfer in, so hopefully he'll pay off in the next 4 game weeks. Then we have Jamie Vardy at home to Everton, and I just think the reason why I want to captain him is he's delivered the goods for me in the last 2 weeks, and I think he's the man to really propel me up these ladders in Fantasy Premier League. You look at Everton, they're struggling. It reminds me of the Arsenal fixture 2 weeks ago, where Arsenal was struggling, the manager was under pressure, and Leicester played them off the park, and I'm hoping something similar will happen with Everton. Last but not least, we have Tammy Abraham. He's currently on a 50% chance of playing. He was stretched off in the Champions League. However, he did confirm that he was okay and it wasn't as bad as he first feared. But if worst comes to worst, I've got Lunny to come off the bench. And that brings me to Lunny. I'm thinking about benching him this week, which could be criminal. But I just think away to Wolves, I don't think it'll be an easy fixture, even though they've played in the Europa League tonight. But I don't think it will be as easy, and it might be a criminal decision to be dropping him. I just look at my team and I don't know where I can fit him in at the moment. So if Abraham does get injured, I've got Lenny to come in, so no problems there. And then we have Rico and Connolly, who Connolly's back from injury, and Rico goes away to Tottenham, so I'm not going to be playing either of them. Now we look at potential transfer plans. I think my team will stay as this. I'm pretty certain on Vardy captain, and I'm 80% sure that I won't be making any transfers this week. So here's my potential transfer plans. If you just go to my watch list here on the right. James McCarthy. See James McCarthy? Alex McCarthy. He started the last 3 games. He's coming for Southampton. He's only 4.3, and I think he's a good differential and a player to watch. So I was thinking, if I take out Sterling, I've got no money in the bank, but I could go double Liverpool to Salah and Sterling together. Salah and Mane together, and then downgrade Pope to McCarthy, who's got a decent run of fixtures coming up. However, I'm not going to do that. I don't think it's worth the 4-point hit, but I did consider this as a possibility. Maybe next week, possibly. The second transfer that I'm thinking about is dropping Sterling, which means no City assets, and bringing in Son for this week. It'll leave me with 2.3 in the bank, but I think it could be worth it. I look at Bournemouth at home. It's a very enticing fixture. However, after that, they have United away. Burnley at home isn't too bad. Then Wolves away and Chelsea at home. So 3 difficult fixtures there in the next 5. So maybe as a 1-week punt, I could bring in Son. It's something I'm thinking about right now. And then alternatively, I'm thinking Abraham out, which I know might sound ridiculous. I'm liking Jimenez right now. I think he's in red hot form at the moment, and he had a lot of success for me last year, so it could be another player that I could consider to bring in. In terms of players to watch this week, I've got 2 players that I would recommend for you guys in your fantasy teams in terms of differentials and punts. The first one is Dele Alli. He looked really good at home away at West Ham in Mourinho's first game. He's only 1.4% ownership. I think he's going to become a bit more of a goal-scoring midfielder, similar to that of the Dele Alli of old. And I think he'll come back strong for Tottenham. 8.4, so it's a bit of an awkward price tag, and I know a lot of people won't really have any midfielders around that price, so you might be looking at having to take a 4-point hit for him. But I think if you were to bring him in, it would be this week at home to Bournemouth, definitely. He's a good punt. And then the second one is Brandon Williams at home. Who have they got at home to Aston Villa this week? United not really good for clean sheets, but I think as a 4 million defender who's just started the last, how many games? He started the last 2 games. And Luke Shaw was in their Europa League squad, which probably means that Williams is going to start. So if you're looking at a defender to free up funds, Williams could be the man for you as a bench player. And I think that's an exceptional punt. 1.4%. I think that's going to shoot up if he plays the next couple of games. So maybe a good punt there, Brandon Williams. But yeah, this has been Adam FPL. This will probably be my team this week. If I do make a transfer, it'll be Sterling to Son. However, I don't think I will do it this week. So this has been Adam FPL. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time. Peace!